Good go this morning, mate, at training.
Yeah, he went all right. Yeah, he trained strongly. So yeah, hopefully, obviously with both him and Slaney, it's about how he pulls up, or they pull up tomorrow. So yeah, look good. So it'd be nice to have him back, obviously.
Did Tex and Rory do all of the session this morning? Or?
Yeah. So yeah. Again, train well. It's just a matter of how they pull up in the morning. So fingers crossed all's well with that.
But they're involved in everything, though. Just to sort of clarify.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Riley Knight's the other one. Was in a bit of doubt. How did he look this morning?
Yeah, he looked all right. Yeah, he did a bit. So he'll be assessed throughout, probably later in the week, but we'll see how he goes.
Be good to get some reinforcements back, mate. It's always a massive clash against the power.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah, get some leaders back in, and yeah, it's going to be a great contest. Thought boys, to the credit, played well without two quality leaders in Slaney and Tex. So that's good signs for the future. But it'd be great to have them back, and looking forward to a great game Saturday Arvo.
You've been around for a while, Richard.
That's all right.
Is this as bad as you've seen it when it comes to soft tissue injuries?
No, I think there's been times throughout the issue that there's certainly times when things occur and there's trends, but we've got full faith in our high performance team and the way they go about things, and they've done full review of things, and we feel we can move on now and put that behind us.
But you've got eight hamstrings in 8 weeks. Like it's a fairly there's a trend there. Like, has anything changed, or what's going ahead?
Yeah, it's just the game's changed. Yeah, there's a lot more high speed in the game these days than with training load. So it's a constant battle with those guys and with us to make sure we've got enough conditioning in and recovery from week to week to give us best chance to perform. Game day. So it's a tough role for them boys. They analyse and they've got a lot of people trying to take over their job and tell them what to do. But we've got full faith, as I said, in the playing group, in what they do. Best preparing us, for game day and for training.
Programs were said to be modified, and even Taylor said a few things have changed. Has anything changed personally for you? I mean, you haven't done a hammy, so you probably haven't needed it. Yeah, no, not for me personally. No, I'm one of the lucky ones, I guess. I've got a full pre-season, so that always holds you in good stead throughout the year. A lot of the guys that have had hamstring issues have probably come off limited prep, so you probably can't underestimate what effect that has on guys. Can you shed any light on what could be changed for someone like Taylor or Wayne or guys that have had hamstring injury?
Well, I'm not privy to what they've changed, to be honest, so I probably wouldn't want to comment if I got it wrong. So best to probably ask Tex on that. But I'm sure they work closely with the physios and the high performance team. If there's anything in their program that they don't think's helping, we'll certainly take it out.
Given you've had this good run of home games, is this the time when you get some good loading in at training and they try to train you more?
No, probably not really. I mean, we've got a few 7-day breaks, so it's you can't really get too much work in saying that recovery's paramount for the boys. But it is nice, you're right, to have some 4 home games in a row to reduce travel and things like that. But most games have been pretty physical and very demanding, so it's hard to get the work in throughout the week when the bodies haven't recovered.
Was there anything different done in the pre-season in terms of loading and stuff compared to previous years? Obviously, you guys were coming off the grand final, so you come back to the full squad till December, and you had that obviously short prep. Is there anything different, anything changed compared to years previously when you had a really good run with injuries?
No, not really. We always there's subtle changes here and there. Like every year we evolve and try to get better. Unfortunately, there's been a trend with the hamstrings, and as I said before, we feel we've got to the bottom of it. We've tweaked a few things, and hopefully now we can put it behind us and see the back of that. And the second half of the year, get all these boys back, and it'd be nice to have a full strength list to pick from.
Is that the positive to take out of it? You've got, I think, 14 players at the moment either facing fitness tests or unavailable this weekend, and you're still 5-2 on the ladder, and 5-2 and 3rd on the ladder in a pretty good spot. Yeah,
absolutely. That's the way we've been looking at it. So it's fantastic for our group. We've had a lot of guys that have been able to come in and play some footy that haven't had opportunities in the past. You've got Ellis Yeoman, Miles Polke, Jordan Galucci, these sort of blokes who've come in and played some really strong footy for us. So that's the positive on the other side of the injuries. Obviously not ideal, but that's we can only do what we can do. And to those boys' credit, they've come in and played some good footy, and that'll hold us in good stead for the back end of the year.
How have you seen your start to the season? Is this some of the best form that you've ever had?
I'm not sure. It's certainly, it's been good. It's been consistent. Felt the first few games I was probably lacking a bit of continuity with the suspension and the buys in the JLT and that sort of stuff. But the last few weeks in particular, it's been nice to probably settle down a bit more and play more of a high half forward role, and I guess been able to go about my work with that sort of stuff. So just enjoying it, and feeling now I've probably settled into a role a bit more than throughout pre-season. I was a bit back, a bit mid, a bit forward, so that was probably a bit hard.
You played high half forward a couple of years ago. I don't reckon it suited you too well. Then you went back in the mid, maybe 16 and 17, and had a cracker. So what's changed from, like, maybe was it 2015 you played up a bit of a high half forward and probably didn't suit you as well as it does now? What's changed?
Probably the game, to be honest. Yeah, I think there's more numbers around the ball, so if you can get up the ground and get back to goal quicker, you can lose your defender up around the ball. So you probably can't underestimate how much the game changes subtly from year to year, and I think that can have an effect on individual players in a team, particularly around those half forward, half back sort of roles.
Sorry, you got there.
I was going to say, do you know what number Showdown this is for you?
No, I don't. I was actually trying to do the math the other day, but I couldn't figure it out. But I debuted in a Showdown. I think back then it might have been Showdown 17 or something like that. So I've missed a couple, but
It'll be high teens, isn't it?
I'll leave that. Yeah, I'd be close to 20, I reckon. You get back to me on that one.
I will. Do you have a favourite moment? Or a vivid Showdown memory?
Yeah, I think the 2000. I reckon it might be 2008 when we just got beat up, a few big collisions and a few boys knocked out, a few injuries. I remember Luke Jericho getting a fractured sternum. Bernie got laid out a couple of times, come back and won the medal. I think we won by maybe 2 goals in the end. So that was a pretty good memory. But outside of that, it's probably the Phil Walsh tribute game was pretty special to be a part of. So it's been some great memories, and always look forward to a Showdown and certainly get up for it.
How have they changed over the years?
I've got a bit older, and everyone under me's feels like they're a bit younger. But no, they're always red hot. I mean, it is finals like atmosphere, and it's red hot around the footy. And after the first 10-15 minutes, the game tends to settle down. So it's good. The boys love it. And I'm sure Port boys do too. There's no better game of the year than the Showdown. So can't wait.
Is it tough coming into these games off the back of playing Gold Coast and Carlton?
No, not at all. No, it's we sort of start a year penciling these games, and you look forward to it, and you certainly know when it is throughout the year. And I thought we played some decent footy against Gold Coast and Carlton without being outstanding. But as soon as we won on Saturday night, we turned our focus to the Port pretty quickly.
Do you treat it like any other week, or do you treat it like a big occasion in the lead up?
We probably as a whole treat it pretty much the same, but I think individually guys might build it up internally themselves a little bit more, but we leave that up to the individual pretty much. For me, I'll keep it pretty much the same as most weeks, but in the build up, particularly the last couple of days, there's a lot more hype around town, and once you arrive at the ground, there's a bit more of a special feel to the game.
It's a bit different for those boys playing their first one, say a Tommy Doday or a Jordan Lucci or something like that, but wouldn't have experienced something like this before.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, we'll probably get around to those boys and tell them just relax. It is probably going to be a bit hotter the first 10 minutes, as I said, but outside of that, it is another game of footy. Obviously you guys have got the job to build it up throughout the week, and it's great, and the fans love it too. So there's that external sort of pressure and noise, but don't buy too much into that. Focus on what you got to do in your role and worrying about executing.
And as for half back, obviously Wayne Miller was pretty good there the last couple of weeks. Who do you reckon comes in and plays his role there?
I'm not too sure. Probably just a reshuffle, really. I think Paul Season's been playing some really strong footy across the wings, so he can sort of shuffle back, and along with Dave McKay. So I'm not too sure exactly, but that's probably the way it'll work out.
Rick, how conscious are you of the 5 wins in a row against the rivals? Do you, each time you add to that, do you like to stick the boot in a little bit?
No, I mean, we can't look too far back. Both teams have changed a lot in those last couple of years, and even us this year, our mix is a lot different. So that's about the way we go about it, really. I remember a few years back, they probably won 4 in a row against us, and we were pretty desperate to get a win, so I'm sure they'll be very desperate to get a win back in the Showdown. And you know, like any team, we go out and respect them and you know, expect their best. So we'll have to certainly be on a game.
Well, we've got playing, obviously playing really high level good footy as an unrestricted sort of free agent. Do you consider 2019 at all?
Oh, not really. I'll leave that to my management.
But, like,
but what do you mean?
Like I mean,
as in playing on?
Play on and
yeah, I'd love to play forever. Yeah, it'd be nice. No, you always have one eye on the future. So obviously, love to get another contract and hang around for as long as I can.